y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the tireless tangler. I want to welcome you all back to the 100 Days of Zentangle Project 2021. Thank you guys so much for being with me today and each day on this journey. Our tangle for today is called PAIS or PAIS, I'm not sure, and it is by Mikee or Mikee Huber. I'm not sure on that either. It is a fun flux-based or Rix flux-based tangle, and you guys are going to like playing around with it. Okay, so let's get started. So yesterday I completely forgot our breathing, so let's do that right now before I get any more wound up. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Take good deep breaths, push out with your belly. All right, let your shoulders relax down. Wiggle your hands and arm to make sure they're all relaxed and loose. All right. Now, I'm trying to decide. I really don't want a string today, so I'm not going to use one because I can. So for today, I'm on an original Zentangle tile, which is 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches or 9 by 9 centimeters. I'm going to use my Micron PN, and I'm also, thank you, I'm also going to use probably a 01, maybe not. We'll see how we do with this. And other than that, just a pencil and tortillon. My goodness. All right. If we could start now. Okay. PAIS, as I said, is a flux-based tangle. And in the step out, I don't really want to emulate this because that's not how I want to draw it, but let's do it the way that it is set up in the step out, which is, okay, sort of like, I don't know, it looked like a peanut to me, what they had in there, but they have this bottom part a little misshapen, and this is on the step out, but I noticed on the step out art, I don't really see any that are drawn this way. They're all drawn with a standard flux. So we're going to use this outer shape and see what happens. Now we're going to fill it with auras, okay, starting from the point, or in this case, more correctly, echo lines. Now, this is one that I want you to embrace your shakes if that's what you do. Because the point of auras is not that they're all straight. It's are they all the same as each other? Ooh, so I'll have trouble replicating that. So if they're going to shake, let them shake, and let the ones after them shake, and the ones after them shake. Try to do a nice, neat job. Here we go. I think I can fit one more in here. And now, at this point, you can choose to ink this, which is how they have it in the step out. You can make one or two more and ink the center, but they have the center inked, basically. All right. I'm going to ink this one. It's the smallest part. And I think here I want to go ahead and put one more. And I'm just going to do it like that. Now I'm going to ink this in. And notice I started having trouble with my ink, so I immediately shifted my pen to vertical, or as vertical as I can get it and still make it work for me. And I immediately had a better ink flow. Which reminds me, I saw some comments, I don't know for sure, it may have been yesterday's video or the one the day before, about the microns and the PNs and what the difference is. I think I've said in other videos, but I probably should say in all of them, the PN stands for plastic nib. And if you'll look here, this has a, see if you can see that, this has a plastic cover around the nib, and then there's some sort of a ball apparatus, I think, in the tip of this, and so it doesn't function in the same way that a 01 does. The difference between a PN and a 01, right? The 01 has a flat head, okay? And the point on this is rounded. This has more ink and is a slightly larger draw or line than this one, which has a tiny little delicate point that is flat on top. It's like a felt tip pen, only flat, right? So when I talk about the position of the pen, depending on which one you're using, if I put it down on the paper directly from the top, vertically, like, see if I can get a good picture of that, like this, straight up and down, well, you know what I mean, straight up and down, then I'm going to be drawing straight up and down. I'm going to have most of the nib on the paper, okay? If I turn it to the side, I'm only going to have an edge of the nib on the paper. Does that make sense? So if you hold your pen more vertically, you're going to have more ink flow. All right. Now that said, there are techniques that use the sides of the pens. However, I will caution you to not get in the habit of drawing on the sides in a sort of a diagonal way like this, because you're going to wear the edges of your pens, the nib, and it will fail and go out on the sides. And then the only way you can get a line is by shifting and drawing from vertically. So if you want to really protect your nibs, use a light touch and try to draw as vertically as possible, because that's what's best for your nib. Now, if you have trouble wearing your nibs out, the PN is the pen for you. You can use this for variable line weight, i.e. if you lift the weight of your pen on the paper, you will get a lighter touch. If you don't, or if you press, you're not going to be as likely to damage the nib of your pen. So if you are a presser and you wear out the nibs on your pens, then you should probably be using a PN most of the time. Okay, the reason I was thinking about the 01s for this was because at this point we are done and the embellishing can begin, right? So what could we do to embellish this? Well, I can think of a whole bunch of things. We could stripe it, so every other one black, right? We could put sparkles in that up at the top, whatever we wanted to do. That's an idea. One thing I like is to put orbs in here, so I think I'm going to put orbs. And the reason I switched down in size was that this is less likely to overpower these PN lines because it is a smaller nib, okay? So I'm just going to bump these orbs up against each other, not perk-like, but just really put them in there neatly. And remember, I recommend starting on a line. You will have less likelihood and start and stop at the same place each time. There's a greater likelihood that you will have nice, neat orbs that look the same. And then there's always that possibility that you can have orbs like mine. Isn't that exciting? I'm just playing. Whatever orbs you get, each one that you draw is one orb more towards fabulous orbs. Now for me, fabulous orbs may arrive, you know, later in life. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. And I really want to encourage you, Polly, who said it took her 3 days to get the rosone pattern or fragment to even look remotely like the one that I had. And for you, or the Muka or whatever it was, I can't remember exactly. But I wanted her and everyone to know that it's the 3 days of practice that was important in that story. Because she will now be able to draw Muka like crazy and have a lovely, consistent result each time because she has practiced for 3 days. So the practice is the important part. Yeah. Not that it took 3 days, but that you had 3 days of muscle memory practice with Muka, which is a favorite tangle for a lot of people and can be used in a lot of different ways. And we may very well trap a Muka or two in here in this composition, whatever it happens to be. So from this point on, I'm shaking like a leaf today. So I had a procedure this morning to ablate my other nerve in my back, my low back, where I have issues they do not want to take care of surgically if we can at all avoid it. And so I had my nerves burned this morning so that the pain is more tolerable. And boy, I was tired because I was up late last night editing. And I got in there to the room, and I call the anesthesiologist my bartender, you know, because she knows how that's going. Shout out to Keely at St. Anthony's. Anyway, sorry, can't help it. They take good care of me there. So as soon as she gave me the first thing, I was like, had a nice nap on the table. I didn't even hear the doctor come in. So it was good. But the problem with that is now I am completely snockered. I don't know if that's a word. Snookered? I'm tossed. I'm wasted. You know, I'm sleepy now. So, yeah. Okay, so this is one way of doing this. I think I'm going to try next time I do this to make these different. Better. Let's just say that. Okay. So that's one way to handle it. And I can, on this outer edge, put another round of these. But I don't think I need to do that right now. So let's talk about the rest of this. What do we want it to do? Well, since this is a flux thing, it should move. And of course, again, you guys are welcome to do this however you like. If you haven't done Rick's flux before, it's done in a teardrop shape, and you have the opportunity to, whoops. Okay, I've got to change my elbow position. Something's prohibiting me from having an even stroke here. Okay, that's better. I don't know. This one's going to match this one really well. Fill it with orbs, draw another one. Okay, or fill it with auras and draw another one. So I don't know if I want to. I think I'll just aura each one and then come back and embellish as I go. Oh, I drew this with my 01, didn't I? Well, I'm going to keep going, because if I switch up larger, you'll be able to tell. And then when we get done, we'll see how they look. Okay, don't rush these inner auras. Everybody take a deep breath. But anyway, that's the reason I'm shaking so much today, I think, is because I had that anesthesia this morning and I'm still kind of woozy. Woozy, that's a good word. It's another one. We can have a what would that be? A DWD, no, a DWW, drawing while woozy. That's what we need. Drawing while woozy. It's a DWW. This is why I want my P in now. Now, I drew some examples earlier when I was really shaking bad before I ate, and shaky lines. It's not so bad here. And when I was shaking around this inner inked part, it gave me the opportunity to make some really fun looks. I personally prefer the non-shaky version, but embrace it. If it happens, figure out how to make it work for you. In that instance where I'm doing the shaky thing, maybe I start with my center thing and then shake out from there. All right, let's do another one, and I'm going to make it curl over even further, just the way I would flux. Let's see if I can... Redrawing the lines is not easy. Like this. Now this is one of my fluxes. Easy. I could just draw my line and put my little dots and be happy here, but that's not what we're doing today. That is not what we're doing. Oops. So I don't know about tomorrow's live stream. Mari really wants to do it, and so that would make it around 4 p.m. Well, we'd probably need at least an hour to get set up, so maybe between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. that'd be around 1800 Central, is it daylight time now? Central Daylight Time. And that would be tomorrow, Wednesday. Wait, is today Wednesday? Oh, this is Wednesday's video. Well, crap. It's a good point, Cindy. So we don't have to have a drawing video live stream, but Mari said he would draw with us. So how about later today, since you guys are seeing this maybe in the morning? Well, you might not see it until this afternoon. I don't know. I think we need a bit more planning, and if we do a live stream, I think it needs to be on the weekend, maybe better for everyone. Let me hear from you. Let me hear from you in comments, and we'll schedule it. We'll schedule it in the next day so that everyone knows when it's going to be, because I think I need more than 3 days lead time on this. So let me know in comments what day would work for you. Would Saturday or Sunday be good, or would you rather do it during the week? All right. I like. Now, do I want to put another smaller one in there and really curl it? Let's see what happens. I can't wait. I kind of can. I don't know what will happen. All right, so we're going to make a little one. I'm not even going to attempt to redraw this line. And we're going to make it like that. What do you think? Can you see the center line right here? Okay, let's aura. Whoa. If only I could do that on command, don't you know? That would be awesome. Whoa. I'm not doing it on purpose. Goodness. I'm about to call Shazam. There's a little lightning bolt going on. If you're shaking today like I am, take a deep breath and take your time. All right, so apparently I want this inner one to be kind of skinny. Make sure I'm in frame. Completely paranoid now. But I am in a much better habit now of keeping my hand down on this side. That does help. Okay, so now we'll worry about what we're going to do between them and all of that later. So let's put some more in these. And these don't have to be done like this. I could treat this like flux and start this right here and go down and make a whole different direction out of that. And that might actually be a really fun thing to do. But I think I'm going to do this because it's safe and I'm feeling like I need safety today. All right, so now I can follow this line and make mine funky. Or I can draw a less funky one behind. What do I want to do? You know me, I like the funk. Yes, yes, I do. This is why I like to draw with a pen, though. I don't have wimpy lines, so I probably will end up going over parts of this with my pen. Like this mess in here needs a pen to sort of bring it all together. Let's not worry about that right now. So what do you think of PAIS or PAIS so far? I think PAIS because of Paisley, because this reminds me of Paisley. But that's just me. Okay, and then here we ink. So we have a little burst of PAIS here. I like it. Okay. If you need to stop and take a breath, I've got all tensed up. Stop and take a breath. Are you thinking of different ways you can fill these? Because I am. What do you think would look good in here? I have another thing I want to try. A couple of things I want to try. I do want to stripe one of these to see how that looks. And I think I'll give them each their own personality. But of course you can do them uniformly. And I frequently do that whole weird stuff because it allows me to show you some different ideas of things that you could, ways you could handle it. So I gotta say, I really love this. And I think once the decorating happens, this is gonna be amazing. So I want to put some more. I'm not sure I need to mix this with anything, but that's my love of flux talking, I think. I'm trying to think how wild and crazy I want to go with this, because I'm kind of leaning towards really wild and crazy. And sometimes that works out well, sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to go for the wild and crazy, guys, and see what happens. So come along for the ride. You might want to watch and see what happens first, because I don't know. Make those wiggly lines as sturdy as you can. Let them wiggle. Accept them for the deckled edges they are. Remember, not everybody can deckle lines like we can, you shakers. So we are actually special. Feel special? I know about 5 of you that are going, Cindy, I don't want to be special. I just want to draw straight. I feel you. I feel you. All right. Every time I get to one of these, I want to switch to my PN. Suppose I could handle that by finishing my drawing and then switching to the PN and inking all the middles. I think I'll do that. Not because I'm impatient much. So I think I'll put another one going this way. See, just like flux. I'm paranoid, so I'm stopping every couple of seconds to make sure I'm still in frame and that my knuckles aren't in the way. I really hate when that happens. It's frustrating. Okay, so we definitely need another one coming up here. Or I could put one coming the opposite direction just for fun. Do I want to do that? No, because I really like where this is going. I know if I was truly abstract, I would turn some around the other way, but I'm happy with this. And so if you want to go wild and turn yours the other way, go for it. Make sure you tag me with your art so I can see. Thank you guys so much for tagging me. I get the biggest, hugest kick out of seeing your art. So many of you are so good. If you're one of those people, don't quit. Don't give up. And I got to tell you, Zen Clover, my CZT friend in the Netherlands, we've never spoken other than comments. Oh, wow. You are an amazing artist. I would give anything to have a 10th of your skill. If you guys don't follow her, you should. Zen.clover on Instagram. She's awesome. Her art is, I mean, I was trolling back through all of her posts, and I don't think I saw a single one that wasn't, oh my God, that's gorgeous. So keep drawing, sister. You bring joy. Or it could be that I save this video for after the live stream. We'll see what happens. Okay. And some of your Rosone tiles were amazing. I noticed it was a little intimidating for some of you, so you didn't do it. It's my goal here to both challenge you and relax you. So again, if I choose a tangle that's just not working for you, choose something else and just draw with us. Okay, I'm gonna wait on that. What do you think of how this is turning out? It's fun, isn't it? I'm gonna have fun decorating. And isn't that the goal of everyone, is to have fun decorating? Probably not, but see, I didn't need no border, no string. I got this. Which direction do I want to point this? Straight out? Well, that wasn't what I was going for, but okay. I think I'm done over here. That's close enough. Do I want to stay here? It's a good question. I think I'm going to put a detached one over here. Like this. So it looks like it's floating away. And I think I'll put like this. Hopefully get this one spaced a little bit better. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay, let's get some auras in there. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted, but that'll work. And if you only fit one in there, you only fit one in there. I'm not asleep yet. Are you guys awake? Nobody's drooling yet? Pretty relaxing, huh? Only thing making noise today is the wind. Cindy, come on, honey. I'm hoping that will coincide with the next aura. There you go, see? Don't panic. And look how wiggly my lines are. I'm not panicking. It's okay. I really think once we do the shading and all of that, the wiggliness will be secondary to the coolness factor, which is going to be huge. Huge, I say, huge. This wants another one, doesn't it? It really does. Yeah, a little ink will touch that right up. You might, hey, shh. You might notice that sometimes when I do this, I will leave a little gap when I pick up my pen. This is so that I won't do a poor transfer from ink line to ink line. And I usually just leave them. They end up looking like sparkles, and so they don't bother me. And if you want to try that tactic, you can, if you have trouble getting your lines to match up after you've had to lift your pen. It's a good coping mechanism for that. There. I did a good job on that. All right, let's put the middles in with my PN. Not that I'm hurrying. That really isn't it. It's because the ink flow will be better, and I'll get better coverage with it. I'm shaking with my other hand. I'm just going to own up to this dark line in the middle. I'll cover some of my ink problem, my line problems right there. So I'll go ahead and draw this one down too. I've got country music playing in my head today. How many of y'all like country music? It's really not my thing normally, but some of it I like. Some of it, if it's well done country, I like it. But don't ask me to listen to Waylon Jennings. I'm not gonna do it. Just, that's my opinion, my feelings, and I'm entitled to them. Now I'll listen to Carrie Underwood all day. Hometown girl. Oh, and that child can sing. All right. All right. Isn't this cool? I love this. Look at me. I went and found a pattern that was not called flux, that is flux, and I'm just a happy camper. And it involves embellishing. What else could I want for a Tuesday? This was one of those places I wanted to fix. You can see the PN has more ink, larger nib, so it makes it great for doing stuff like this where I'm emphasizing lines or covering lines or whatever, or inking. But for the fine work like of these auras, the 01 was really the better tool for that. I could be more precise. So you can get the same place with those. You don't need a pen. If you've got a nice 01 with good ink, then you're going to be able to get here anyway. But again, for those of you that are pushers, if you really push down a lot when you draw, if you have tension in your hands when you draw, then I suggest you use a pen if you can get one. They will protect your nib much better than trying to draw with that style with the 01. And that's not a put down. It's just different people draw differently. They've had different experiences and they've learned different techniques. And so, you know, the right pen for the right job. You know, it has to do with what type of a drawer you are. A drawer. Oh my goodness. Depends on how you draw your ink art. How about that? Now I'm emphasizing these lines that go down. You do not have to. Besides covering up some of my, what did I just do? Okay. Besides covering up some of my issues with the lines, it also gives a cool flow. To this whole thing, I think. Now this, I don't know if we can fix or not, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay. Yeah, 2 more. And we can decorate. The smaller they are, the fewer auras they will have. So factor that into your decorating plans. If you're going to do the same thing on each one, you will want to know if what you are going to do will work for your smaller ones with fewer auras as well as your large ones with lots. All right, let's see what this is. So I tried to file my taxes yesterday, and guess what? I couldn't. You know why? I couldn't prove who I was. You know why? Because I don't have a driver's license. So I have a call in to the Department of Public Safety, and we'll see. Did I get it all? I need to clean this up a little bit. All right. Okay. So anywhere you feel like needs a little extra ink, go ahead and put some in. You know, make it like you want it. I'm going to have to be doing something to fix this mess in here. My poor orbs are just, you know, poor. But I can, so I'm not sweating it. Now, what else? Well, you can leave it as is. You can, one of the other things I wanted to try, I think I'll try it on these two up here and see if it will work, would be to put some little hatch lines, and I may want to switch to my 01 here. Yeah, I definitely do. Let's do that. It's just not as clunky. And you always want to point them in towards, you want to start in the center. And keep pointing them in. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's do that over here. What are we getting about? What's up, Simba? What you got to say, buddy? Is it the mailman? Is it the mailman? Don't get frustrated. Remember, if you go outside your lines and make a snafu, you don't have to worry because, Cindy, the shading is going to take care of most of that, and nobody is going to be looking at that 1 or 2 or 19 lines that happen to go where you don't want them. Okay, it's going to be the overall effect that is remembered. Now, I will be doing something in here to fix this mess, but we don't need to worry about that. What else do I want to do? I think perhaps I want to try striping a couple. So let's do maybe let's do these two. So they're at least coming from the same place. Now the question is, can I do this without making a bigger mess? And I think we all know the answer is no. We're going to try it anyway, though. Oh, that's what it is. Kids are out there skateboarding. Simba has a very strong feeling about this, that it should not be allowed. Thinks the same thing about bikes, but he's really upset about the skateboards. And so we've got some teenagers in the neighborhood that like to go out on this busy street right in front of my house and practice their moves. Wow. This is why I'm overprotective, because kids do stupid stuff. And my kid is gonna, of course, do the stupidest stuff, so you gotta predict that. Something like that. And then I'll do this outer one. These may not be as effective as some of the others, but we're going to give them a try and we'll know, won't we? At least you'll know. I'll know forever. Now, Debbie Ward, I saw something beautiful from you. I'm trying to think if it was your Rosone tile or something else, but don't make me kill you, dog. Thank you, buddy. You're the best. You're the best. Coming up. Make it snappy, bud. And see right there all those wiggly lines I was worried about? Yeah. Not a problem anymore. And I'll work this area more. I'm just leaving it like that for now. Okay, so that's really effective. Let's try it over here where I've got all these extras. Remember to leave your highlights wide to begin with and then work them in, because that's it's going to make your life easier. They tend to, when you do highlights like that, they tend to get encroached upon. Okay, one more here. Cue the barking. Because if I can hear their voices, so can the dogs. I wonder if I need to switch pens. So I find the stripes really, really effective. However, I don't think I want to take the time to do that. You know, lazy and all. No, I just don't think it's going to work for the video because it'll take too long. But yeah, I like it. And I think for those of you with really steady hands, you're going to get a lovely result if you decide to stripe and sparkle. I'll work on that with my 01 here in a minute. All right, so I've got those like that. What else do I need? Come on, Simba, up, here. I'll hide my toes so they don't wig you out, okay? Come on. He has this thing where he doesn't want to get on the bed if my toes are sticking out and my blanket's not covering them. I can't quite figure out why that is. They're clean toes. All right, Sim, come on, here. All covered up, come on. Good boy. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for not making me wait. All right. Okay. I really don't want to do the orbs again. And I'm kind of thinking about doing these two like these two. And then letting the rest be as they are. So let me try that and see what happens. Skip one, start in the center. I don't know what that was. Oh, that's good. That's good. But as I tell you guys, nobody is going to notice once we get it shaded and all that good stuff. Oh, you know what another fun thing might be if we did this to make it more dramatic, to match maybe these two, would be to check these, you know, a la Knightsbridge. Hi to all my people in France. I have not forgotten you. I have 3 French phrases. Only one of them is polite. Well, I was thinking about doing another row, but let me do this one first. I don't want to be so heavy on the extra stuff that I lose something. Which one did I say? This one? Okay. I wouldn't be able to do this one twice anyway. It's okay, Simba. Shh, it's okay. All right. I do like those. I really, really do. And I think checking them might be fun, but I'm not going to do that right now. Let's do some shading and see where we... Oh, one other thing that I did want to do was, of course, add some orbs. I want to stick one in up here. And ink around. Voila. And what? I'm not sure I wanted that to float, but let's leave it for now. Okay. Okay, let's do some shading. I will leave you guys to do your orbs how you like them or not at all. And for shading, of course, it's always going to be where the lines converge. Where do your lines come together? Right along this center line. The better you are with this, the more cool effects you're going to get. Let's see. Yeah. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm dealing with something that's supposed to be a space or if it's just a set of auras. I think that's supposed to be a space. So I would need to ink that. I think I'll also, where this curves in on this first one, put just a tiny bit. And go back to this bit. Now these I wouldn't, you can put some shading in the little gaps, but you're going to have to be careful here when you blend because of all of the ink. really careful. So just be careful. I don't mean to reiterate, but let me be redundant. Be careful. All right, so on these free ones, just right at the base, just give it a little bit of a depth. Enhance that lines converging feeling, which, you know, is pretty easy to do since they are. Let's see, what have I missed here? Okay. Don't be stingy with your graphite. Now you want to keep it in one basic place, which is at the base. You don't want to spread it so much you've got it everywhere. But that said, you know me, I like the dark shading. So you do it how you think it looks good and what makes you happy. All right, I think I've got my major players. Let me get my tortillon. Yeah, perfect. All right, so easy when you're scrubbing, easy where you've got ink. Now this sounds like I'm scrubbing, but I'm barely touching this paper. And when these bend over, you want to fade it out before you get to the apex, right? So I start blending at my edge and leave all of the stuff in the base unless I need more color. And the goal is to not have a line, to have a smooth blend. Are the kids here? I think I'm going to get a visit from my grandbabies. They are so ornery and so cute. One is 2 and one is 3. And poor Tori. I just want to cry for her every day. She's so tired all the time. She can't get any help besides me, and she's worried about leaving them with me because of my inability to hold the little one. I mean, I can hold him, but I can't pick him up because of the damage on my hand. And he is a needy little thing and wants to be held a lot. And you know, I want to keep them for her. I really, really do. But she worries, and frankly, I worry too. Mari is learning, very much learning to take care of them and be a good big brother type of a figure for them. But he is somebody who needs alone time, and he gets irritable after a while because they won't leave him alone because they miss their brother and they want him to, you know, fulfill that role. So, yeah. I gotta admit, I love this. I love it. Now, I will be adding ink in places like here, where these are two separate things. And I will be deepening my shading very carefully in these spots where there's black, so that I'm not bringing up the tooth of the paper. And I will be re-inking these black areas and doing a cleaner job. But this is overall what I'm gonna stop with today. Now, I will be adding orbs as well, for sure, here and there, just to keep it interesting. And anything else, or any way you want to change this up or do it differently, you of course are welcome to do that. And this was so relaxing and fun, wasn't it? All right, guys, I'm going to see you tomorrow. I can't believe it. It's time for day 40. I'm already getting sad for the end. All right, I'm going to see you tomorrow for day 40. No tears. All right, see you then. Bye.